So we are Joey and June Gordy, and we have 7 kids. Our oldest is 14, and then all the way down to our youngest, who's 1.
We are standing on the shoulders of generations of missionaries who have labored and labored and labored across the fields of sub-Saharan Africa. So we are living the answer to a 2 Thessalonians 3:1 prayer, which is, Paul writes the church in Thessalonica and says, pray for me that the gospel may spread rapidly as it has with you. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the gospel spread rapidly. And we get to East Africa where there's churches everywhere. And again, that's a testimony to the mission's history. But as you start to talk to the believers and the pastors and just everyday Christians, no one has any clue about disciple making. It's not even, many people haven't even heard the word disciple except maybe the 12 that Jesus appointed, right? That's kind of who they're thinking of. So you talk about disciple making, they just are clueless and hungry. They've had faith, but they don't know what to do with it. No one's ever trained them or equipped them.
So we met this guy, Ben. He'd been in the church his whole life, and he believed in God, but he didn't really even understand about committing your life to Christ and what it means to live for Christ. So we started there, and within the first 2 weeks of him committing himself to Christ, he starts going, I need to share this with others. And we teach him this simple discipleship plan, and he starts discipling others with this beginner simple discipleship plan. And he's just seeing people come to know Christ every day.
Yeah.
He got started doing ministry in the lockdown, and in 6 months had started 60 churches.
There's 2 sides of who we are in Christ, right? We follow him no matter what he says, no matter where he leads, but we know that that's going to lead to sharing the gospel and making more disciples. Because of the season of where we are and just the harvest field we're in, people accepting the gospel everywhere. This is a great opportunity for anyone from Calvary to bring their family to visit us. Our kids are out sharing the gospel. I don't know regularly if your kids are out sharing the gospel. Why couldn't they be? Like, Jesus didn't say, hey, you 3 out of the 12 or out of the 120, you 5, you're the ones that are going to change the world and be disciple makers. That call is for all of us.
We have seen the gospel take off, and it's really exciting. And I believe God's doing a mighty move in the world right now. I'm hearing from missionary friends from around the world that they're seeing the same thing, like a response to the gospel like we've never seen before.
What would it look like if in Winston-Salem and surrounding areas, what would it look like just to be faithfully obedient, to follow Christ and to fish for men, like every time that you're out of your house, you're at work, you're at the supermarket, wherever you are, because Christ has saved you, and you now have a responsibility and a joy to share that good news with anyone he puts in front of you. And he by faith, he's put all of those people around you for that purpose.